right? Or over a year.
Yeah, over a year.
You're Yeah, over a year. So what was like your conversion rate? Were you kind of because we didn't talk about the AE side, and if you're closing, let's say, one deal a month, were you averaging one deal a month? Were you like just under that because you said you had a couple of slow periods, so which happens to everyone. But what was it like? Is it like traditionally you're closing on average one? Some months you had zero, other months you had two. Like how like what was the mix when it came to closing those deals?
So I would say on average one. I started probably around like the end of that affiliate summit conference. That was just about I think like one that month, two the next month, zero. Then I hit one, and then zero again.
Okay, got it. So you averaged one, so
Yeah.
that's good. Okay. Um, in terms of like what you probably struggle with most in terms of the sales process, we talked about like, hey, you love closing, right?
Right.
Closing's like your strength. What is it that you like that you feel like, hey, I need to improve on, in terms of the sales process?
I would say improve on is honestly wanting to do everything myself. So, definitely like improve on either having like accepting other people to help me like with lead gen. So sometimes we would have other people like, hey, I've got this list of leads, or like here's some leads that I'm looking at, like if you want to check them out. A lot of times I would kind of want to handle every single part of the sales process in the cycle myself, but
Yeah.
accepting like that help, or like trusting others in the process to kind of take the lead if I'm unavailable or if not. So like for an example, if I was out of office, like typically I would either try and at first I would try and reschedule the call to like when maybe I'm feeling better or I'm back in office, but trusting like
Mhm.
my other teammates to say like, hey, I can't make it today. I'd rather just have you jump on because they're interested right now and the call's already set, instead of me rescheduling it, so that I can still kind of be in control of the process. So I would say that's
Got it.
something that I'm working on. That's kind of what my weakness is like in the sales process.
It's tough in sales, right? Like sales is like it's eat, you keep what you kill is such a horrible term,
Right.
but that's what it is, right? Like, but if you work in a team environment where it's like, hey, everyone's picking it, everyone out, especially when you've got people that have to work remote. I mean, were you guys working remote or were you guys working out of an
No,
office?
we were all remote.
You're all remote,
Yeah.
okay. Um, in terms of like when you get ghosted by someone, because I mean that happens to all of us. What do you usually do to get them back on track?
Yeah.
So someone's supposed to close and then they fall silent, right? What's your strategy there?
Yeah, so my strategy um usually is kind of trying to change like the perspective of the conversation to like just hey, close to like hey, just following up, like wanted to see like maybe how business is going, or like is this still an interest, or maybe like is there like a better person on the team for me to talk to, like I'm sure you're busy, kind of sometimes boost their ego, like I'm sure you're busy, I'm sure your inbox is flooded, like is there someone better that I can kind of reach out to just to take a little bit off your plate, and really kind of change the perspective to more of trying to be a help, trying to still help them reach their goals, trying to save them some time, and not be so much of a pushy closer.
Got it. No, that's good. Here's the broad base. I know we're running a couple like 10 minutes over, so I apologize.
Yeah, no worries, I've got some time.
Yes. So why did you apply for this position? Like just in general, like what
Yeah.
what what was it that was kind of drawing you to our position specifically?
Yeah, so I mean, when I saw like just the kind of legal like software and things like that you guys are selling, my dad, he actually went back to school and he went to law school just about 5 years ago. So I
Oh,
kind of
okay.
got to watch him like go through that process, like study for the bar, like learn all these different legal things. And
Mhm.
legal is always a field that's going to be here. So that was one of the main points of like my application process of trying to either break into a new vertical or find a vertical that's a lot more recession proof and that has a lot more growth opportunity, like just over the next few years.
Good. Why do you think you'd be a good fit? Like you specifically?
Yeah, so I mean, I think I'd be a good fit just because the pace that I can learn new verticals, new technologies, and also that I'm a self-starter. I don't like taking no for an answer. I like to really handle the objection and then kind of get back in the race. So I think I would be a great fit just because of my passion for sales, my determination, and really just wanting to be a successful account executive in a really good vertical.
Awesome. Listen, I'll open the last couple minutes up for any questions that you have. Now's the time. You've been great at allowing me to ask you a bunch of questions. So I'll be happy to give you a few minutes, see if there's anything specific that you have that you'd like to know about us.
Okay. Definitely. First question, if we could just dive deeper into what the objections look like, what does kind of the sales process look like and the cycle look like for like the Meriscape and Lally Law?
So it's traditionally you're getting inbound leads that sometimes do come, and that's, I would say on average that's about maybe 15 to, it just varies, but let's just say anywhere between 15 to 20% of your inbound leads are going to be, just things that are falling onto your plate. And then the other, let's say, 60-70% are all going to be self-generated.
Okay.
And then you're going to get others that are ultimately could be like, self-referrals, other clients that are coming back into the fold, stuff that other people have worked that just kind of fall onto your plate. So that's not really inbound, it's just kind of like reviving, cold leads. So we utilize outreach. So we use outreach in terms of like sequences and personalization and kind of like being very targeted.
Sweet.
Just because we know who we're going after, right? So it's not like a specific position at a particular firm or an entity. It's like, no, hey, you do immigration, you're going to want to use Lally Law. If you're doing workers' comp anywhere, you're going to be using Meriscape. And so it's pretty easy to understand like who to go after, which makes it very streamlined for our sales team. Right?
Okay.
We know what we need to do. We know where we need to go. We know who plays in this space. So it makes it really easy to kind of build your content and your outreach campaigns around that. We also have those things built out because we've been doing it for a long time. So we know the language, which is really helpful. But ultimately, you go through a standard discovery call, like being able to understand, uncover, things that are going to help you throughout the sales process. Ultimately, it's not like close. Like, oh, you talk to us. Hey, do you want to use us? Start using us. It's not the type of individual that we're dealing with is usually managing partners, firm administrators. Sometimes it's goes down to someone's spouse, right, who helps run the back office business,
right?
And so you have to understand like certain needs. So there's a lot more discovery involved, uncovering like what they need.
Okay.
And sometimes they don't know what they need, and so you have to help them kind of see the light, which is it's a challenge, right?
Of
but
course.
It's kind of the fun part of sales, right? It's being able to understand what is it specifically that you are going to kind of manifest during this conversation, so that you're like, okay, this is where I need to anchor. These are the things that I need to anchor so that I can get them to see why this is going to be a good fit for their for their business, and not because I'm just selling to sell, right?
Right.
So it's a much more like structured process. Plus you're dealing with folks that aren't super tech savvy.
Yeah.
And we're SaaS-based product. We do a lot of great things that streamline kind of like the workflow and enhance their business. Standard, hey, save you time and money cliches. Those all, like, everyone in sales uses those. But for us, we tend to shy away from those as our like anchor points, because that's what everyone else does. So for us, it's understanding, hey, you're doing things this way, and this way, right? You've grown your business that way for the last 20 years, and it's been great. Like, things are starting to change though, where you have to start implementing, new processes and technology so that you can stay either ahead of the game, retain the people that are on staff, grow your business without having to add more people to your roster, and then also being able to efficiently make cases more more profitable, right? Because you're not having to do as much of the legwork. So that's how we do it, but we do it based on understanding, oh, you're doing this manually. This takes X amount of time. This does this, right? And And so that's kind of what we do.
Okay.
It's more of like a consulting process, not a like, hey, I'm here to sell you something. Like, no, I'm here to, I know that this is going to be beneficial for you because we already know what you do. And so it makes it easy. It's not like, you know, like, I don't know if this product's going to be the right fit. I'm like, if you do immigration, it's going to be the right fit. If you do workers' comp, it's going to be the right fit.
Sweet.
Right? We know that. So, so that kind of like makes like your processes and who you're speaking with much more concise, much more efficient. As a sales individual, you can kind of go through those processes because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get, you know, like fluff, right? It's like you're not getting people who probably aren't going to be the right fit or the right person. So it's the sales cycles usually take anywhere between, could be 1 call closes, like really quick. And there's others where they can be enterprise level clients where it's going to take time. It could take you, you know, 2-3 months to close, maybe even longer, right? Depending on like where they're at in their budget, or what their timetable looks like. But that's our job to help them move that up, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
That's kind of it in a nutshell, right? But you're doing everything from start to finish. You get to do inbound, you get to do outbound. You get to obviously keep that cycle going, the communication, and ultimately like your own mini drip campaigns to keep people, you know, engaged. And then moving, once you get in front of them and you're having real discussions, that's where the process, that's actually where people make their money. They make their money on closing. They make their money like asking the right questions so that they know that they can leverage that to help the client better understand, yeah, this is how much money this is going to save you. This is how much time, not a generalized thing.
Yeah, but
this is going to save you X amount of hours. You multiply that out by how many people you got, and they're all doing the same thing. This is your dollar amount that you don't see right now, but this is what it is costing you to do it the same way that you're doing it now. So
that makes sense. Okay.
So that's it. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, and I apologize. I'm running up against it because I got another call coming up here in about another 12 minutes. So, I mean, normally what I do is Catherine is going to be like the next person to probably reach back out to you. And depending on what we kick back and forth, what we'll do is we'll reach back out to you to most likely line up, if we have time. Hopefully this week's going to be tough, but it might be early next week to do what we consider like a mock discovery call.
Okay.
Right. And the mock discovery call is just saying, hey, here, I'm going to give you some information. You're not going to know anything about, let's say, the entire legal industry, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to say, hey, here's some information. Do whatever research you feel is necessary. It's not like you're spending hours on this. It's like, hey, you just need to do a little bit of background on, whatever product we decide to utilize as the mock option, and then go that route.
Okay, sweet. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So most likely I'll have Catherine reach out to you potentially tomorrow. We're just kind of, I know that I'm personally slammed all the way through, but I will make sure that we get a response out to you before probably the end of the day on Monday.
Okay, that's perfect. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
No, my pleasure. Sharif, it's a pleasure. Like I said, I never like hearing, folks who, have to kind of be in the position that you're in, but it opens up a new opportunity for you.
Definitely does. I'm excited about it too, so.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, enjoy the upcoming weekend.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely have Catherine reach out to you shortly.
Okay. Look forward to talking soon, Brian. Have a good one too.
My pleasure. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.